We start this episode with a very stunning development. Management has traded Josh Harrison. Management has traded Josh Harrison for Justin Masterson and Everett Cabrera. They get him from the Dodgers. Big trade.
Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs baseball starts right now. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Steve, how do they bounce back and avoid the dreaded sweep?
Well, we know these guys can swing the bat. They're in the top third in the league in average. So they just need to keep stringing hits together, get a lead, and then keep it. And if you do that, you know you're going to be successful.
George Stewart is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. EK, what's the word on him? Number 79 will dig in now, and he, like many others, was held hitless in the shutout yesterday afternoon.
Well, maybe that's a sign that he's cooling off a little bit. He's been on fire lately, hitting over .450 in his last 10 games, so we'll see in this one.
Out in front of it, strike one. Nobody out, runner on first. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get two. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. EK, one-year-old ball clubs, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. Well, they've been on a pretty good roll of late. Winners of. Meanwhile, here the throw down to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base.
It's starting to look like they want to show some aggressiveness on the base paths here. That's now 2 stolen bases so far in the very first inning.
One out and a runner on second base. A throw behind the runner at second, and the runner back. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes for third. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Hit hard to the right side. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Batting fifth, third baseman.
We go an early lead here, 2-0.
Number 79 gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. You start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Kennywood's open.
And hit out to deep left
Kennywood's
field, and
open.
This one's not coming back. This is
Kennywood's
a long
open.
home run.
No dat, Stewart. No dat. Kennywood's open here at Wrigley.
So a 3-run blast to
Number
straightaway
29.
left. 29 home runs for him on the year, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
This is a classic example of losing your composure after a bad call. Now, he's still teed off about that last pitch, so he doesn't concentrate on his location, and this is going to make him even madder now.
Javier Baez is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Hit the other way out toward right field. Waiting on it, the right fielder, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Boy, they are just making life easy for this guy. Swinging on the first pitch of the inning, pretty routine fly ball. It's been a cakewalk here early on.
Lifted in the air out to right. Long run for the right fielder. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We played 4 full. It's the Pirates 7 and the Cubs 1. Travis Wood is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep them in the game here. Number 79 will dig in. 1 for 2, including a home run thus far.
Yeah, he definitely got a hold of that one earlier. He put a good swing on it.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. Hit hard on the ground to second. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting number 22, center fielder Andrew McCutcheon.
Number 79 will stand in, as we'll flash you back to the 2nd inning as you get a look at this key 3-run home run. Looking to minimize the damage here. Oh, and he turns another one around here.
That's how you minimize the damage.
Will continue. Give him another home
Kennywood's
run.
open again here. Another no-doubter in Wrigley Field, Wood.
So
Kennywood is
a 3-run
open.
shot to left center, his
Number
second of the
30.
game, as they just continue to pour it on here.
Yep, and like you say, home run number 30 for him on the year. And remember, he's already topped that number in stolen bases as well. So say hello to the newest member of the 30-30 club. And that's one heck of a season right there. Nothing like power and speed.
Javier Baez will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Heading out towards shallow right. Under it is the right fielder. Makes the play, 1 away.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Number 79 will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, we take you back to inning number 6. This was his second home run of the ball game as he'll stand in here looking for number 3. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Back goes Fowler at the
Number
track.
3.
Leap at the wall by
Kennywood's
Fowler.
open
It'll come up
again.
empty. It's a home run.
Riding the Thunderbolt. Number 31, Wrigley Field. That's for
So
you,
it's a
Pops.
solo
3
shot to
home
dead
run
center.
game.
His third
Second
home
time
run
in
of
his
the ball
career.
game as this lead got
Second
even
time.
wider.
Phone up on September 11th, where he did it the first time. Take that.
Well, we wondered what he'd have to do for an encore. Here it is. His third home run of the ball game. He's having an afternoon to remember so far.
Arismendi Alcantara gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a game to remember for that man right there. He winds up finishing with 3 home runs. What surprised me was, after a while, why even pitch to him?
He gets his 30th home run, 7 RBIs, most RBIs ever, throwing a stolen base to boot. It was one heck of a game there for Joe.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com.
Thanks for your hospitality, Chicago.
13-2.
The fans
so
all
long
stay
from Wrigleyville.
after the game to pay tribute. Thank you, fans.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours exactly. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 45,936. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball. and remind you to please drive home safely.
the beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Pirates right fielder, number 79, had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate as the Pirates got a win over the Cubs 13-2. He is currently the National League leader in batting average. Right now, the Cubs sit in second place in the National League Central. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Pirates are atop the division. They have a commanding 7.5 game advantage over second. Yanni Montez had 3 hits in the contest as Cincinnati got the best of the Nationals 6-1. As of today, the Reds are in 4th place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. The Nationals sit atop the NL East. They are enjoying a 5.5 game advantage. The Brew Crew totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 6-1. At the moment, the Brewers sit in last place in the National League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, 10 games out of first. The St. Louis Cardinals finished off a 3-game sweep as they bested the visiting Padres 3-0. They now have 5 straight wins. Heading into today, the Cardinals sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division. They're 18.5 games out of first. The Padres are in last place in the NL West, 20 games out of first. Tommy Kahnle collected his 5th win in relief, leading the Rockies to a win against the Braves 2-0. Looking at the standings, the Braves are in 2nd place in the NL East, 5.5 games back. The Rockies sit in 4th place in the National League West. They're 19.5 games out of first. The Philadelphia Phillies picked up, 19 hits in this one as they beat the visiting Marlins 9-8. As of today, the Phillies sit in 4th place in the National League East Division. They're 15 games back. The Marlins are at the bottom of the division. They're 18.5 games out of first. The Giants cracked 16 hits on the day as they got the best of the visiting Mets 8-3. At the moment, the Giants sit in 1st place in the National League West Division, 4 games up. The Mets sit in 2nd place in the National League East Division, 5.5 back. The Halos completed a 3-game series sweep as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx, 9-4. The win was their 5th straight as a team. Right now, the Yankees are in 2nd place in the AL East. They're 7 games back. The Angels are leading the AL West, 1 game ahead of second. The Twins grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg, 5-3. Heading into today, the Rays are in 4th place in the AL East. They trail by 8.5 games. The Twins sit in last place in the American League Central Division. They're 19.5 games out of first. The Blue Jays hit 3 long balls as they defeated the visiting Tigers 5-3. As of today, the Blue Jays are leading the AL East, a sizable 7 games ahead of second. The Tigers are leading the American League Central. They are more than 10 games ahead of second place. The Los Angeles Dodgers continued to beat teams now with 11 straight victories as they beat the O's in Baltimore 4-0. Looking at the standings, the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Dodgers are in 2nd place in the NL West. They trail first by 4 games. The Indians totaled 13 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 8-7. Right now, the Indians are in 3rd place in the AL Central. They're 15.5 games out of first. The A's sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division, 5.5 back. The Royals total 11 hits as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd, 4-1. At the moment, the Royals sit in 2nd place in the AL Central Division, 12 games behind first place. The White Sox are 4th in the division, 19 games out of first. The Mariners allowed only 5 hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 2-1. As of today, the Mariners sit in last place in the American League West Division, 9 games back. The Rangers are 2nd in the division, 1 game out of first. The Astros starting pitcher, number 43, got the win, putting him at double digits this season with 10, leading the Astros to a win over the Red Sox 3-2. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in shutouts. Heading into today, the Astros sit in 4th place in the American League West, 6.5 games back. The Red Sox are in 3rd place in the AL East. They're 7.5 games out of first. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball.